Hi, this is Elliot Wave Sage. I'm going to go ahead and do a market update. Like always, none of this is financial advice. Always do what's best for you. Just use this for your education and entertainment purposes only. All right. So the market had a pretty violent sell-off today. This market, as you could see, is very erratic. It's very dangerous for both sides. What the lesson learned is, when you have a good profit, take it because the market can easily take it away from you if you're not careful. If you're too greedy, these cycles are getting shorter and shorter. We are coming to an apex where a massive downside move is coming. Like I said, the surprise was, I said there could be two surprises. The first surprise is it's already done. This would be or maybe you put the A here like that, and just call it done, and we crash, right? The other surprise was this 2 goes deeper, or it's not even in a 2, it's still in the B, in this kind of consolidation, maybe a flat even. So it's a lot of options. So when the market typically acts in a way that goes against my trade-in plan, I tend to go onto the sidelines. It's a habit. I don't gamble, so I took the profit and went on the sidelines. And as you can see in my boxes here, these are where my entries were. So I was well in the profit, 404. In here, I was at 309. So yeah, so that's how I played it. So now we're looking for a new setup. But right now the setup is lost for the moment. And could this still happen? Sure, it could still happen, but it will have to happen without me participating in it, and then I'll look to short the move. So let's just say we do. What if we pump on the news tomorrow? So where is the short play tomorrow? 421, 424. So that could be the short area. If it decides to pump there, I will short that in this area tomorrow. If it does that, now that would be a massive pump. I'm not expecting that. If it starts to drop, I'm just going to stay on the sidelines and look for something to buy that looks interesting. But I won't buy the indices. Like I said, the problem we also had was the Russell breaking this low here down. So this is a three-wave move down, in my opinion. Here, it's not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't call it that. I would call this down in 3. So it's part of like a WXY structure. And I have the label in where's the label I have here on it? Yeah, there we go. So if we look at this structure, this looks like 5 down, 2 up, 5 down, and now we're in this situation in the Russell. Now, this looks like 3 up, that looks like 3 down. So I could put the 2 here, and then I could say we're about to go into a massive crash in the Russell, right? I could say it's like this, right? Very easily. The other option is we're still in 2. And a 3, 3, 3 move. Now that would be a pump, but it would fail and I would short that move. So that's another setup if we get it. That's another setup here to 182 right there. So we'll keep an eye on these setups, but the market, if you look at this pattern, it's about to break down. It's about to break down. Banks are already breaking down. The NASDAQ here, so we're in this too. Now this could be a connector. We could still drop like that deeper. And if we pump, we can look to short this final push. The Dow Jones, I warned that this didn't look quite right to me. This actually looks like now 5 waves up, right? And now we need another push lower, right? We need a 3-wave move down, right? Or it's going to crash, right? Or it's done, and this is some kind of A, B, C, some kind of connector, right? So I'm thinking the alternative would be somewhere back to like this A, B, C, and then we have a W, X, and we're in Y. And then here you have a three-way move. I would put it probably here for now, something like that. And you could get creative with this A, but maybe you put it here, and then you have this B, and then you're done. So that's see where we're going, and then also oil broke down in a surprising way. We broke the pivot, so oil should actually trade now down to 68. If we break 64, it's so super bearish, guys. I can't tell you how bearish it is, because this whole move, this is a shallow connector for the entire move. We could have a rapid collapse in oil to lows that are almost unthinkable right now, like $20. That's what the chart says. And here's the massive pattern, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, massive breakdown into this area. This is your connector wave right here. That's your connector wave. So that concerns me. Also, let's take a look at the commodities. Some things concern me here too. I was looking at the leveraged fund. It actually still needs to go lower, and more than likely, if it comes down here, we'll break this low. If it breaks that low, then it's heading to 120, 130. So that's not good. That would push the XLE down and invalidate this bullish count, and then have it come back to where this is 1, and it's an A, B, C flat, and this is going to dump after this trend line breaks. So there's a lot of mixed signals. We know OIH needs to actually break this low and go lower. We know the financials are breaking down before they had a chance to bounce more, which I thought they could have. So there's a lot of risk in the market. The dollar was showing some strength today. Again, I said watch this trend line. It wasn't able to get through it. It got pushed down. I think tomorrow's an important day for the market, if we can get through that or not. The VIX is back, but it's holding that resistance at 20. So there's a lot of mixed signals. What I do know is we're on borrowed time with this market. The market needs to go lower. It will go lower. This is coming to an end at some point, and we're in the final stages of the move. And yes, things could still continue to bounce. There's still stocks holding up. But like I said, if Tesla breaks 153, it's gonna go low. It's gonna go lower. AMD almost failed and broke that low. That would send it to 72 after earnings. So things are breaking down. Things are starting to break down. So just we gotta keep an eye on things out there. Knowing the big picture is still new lows for the market, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it still may be not finished. It could still be in this final wave higher in C, like that. It could still do that. But I think if this pivot breaks now at 407.83, this is a connector. There's no more room for it to go down without breaking this low at 404. And then I think at that point you're at risk for a waterfall sell-off, C397. But that would break this low, and then you'd have to call the cycle here, something like that, in this truncated version, and then it's done. And that's it. Then there is going to be a massive sell-off that nobody's going to expect. Or maybe they do. We have a lot of problems with the debt ceiling situation brewing. I do believe there could be an accidental default, technical default, because they lose track of when the day they run out of money, as it changes as tax receipts come in daily and expenditures go out daily. Some per day. It's hard to nail that down. We also have the Federal Reserve. We have CPI. So we have a lot of news. We have the banks that are failing, they're going down. There's definitely people losing money on that, and there's more fear to come in those banks. So there's a lot of bad news out there. So just kind of, I would say be careful, tread lightly, know that, even if the market can extend a little higher, is the last several innings or last inning of this advance. It should be coming to an end if it hasn't already. But right now, I don't like this IWM setup here, breaking that low. I don't like that here, because again, it could be right. Maybe we go a little higher tomorrow, and then bam, waterfall. So just keep that in mind. We'll see. Volatile day tomorrow. We'll see how we trade. Good luck with everyone out there.